जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंद।
श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this weekend's Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, chapter 7, Gadadhar Kanana Vilasa Varnana, description of Gadadhar's pastimes in the forest. The last chapter was the glories, last two chapters were about the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. So this chapter also continues with the glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. We had started this chapter actually a couple of weeks ago. So we are going to continue. So what we read so far was that Nityananda Prabhu is in Navadvip now, isn't it? We read how Nityananda Prabhu delivered those dacoits. He met with Sachimata, and Nityananda Prabhu visited the homes of different devotees. This way, he is enlivening all the devotees of Mahaprabhu. And then he just desired to see uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu started to go towards Jagannath Puri because he desired to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he just started going back towards Jagannath Puri. And also, I think in the previous chapter we read one Brahmana had a question about Nityananda Prabhu's character. If he is a sannyasi, why he's dressing so opulently? So he went and asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, can you please remove my doubt? So then, so this was in the previous chapter. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified Nityananda Prabhu, saying that the great personalities are never touched by any sin. In fact, the sin becomes destroyed, but great personalities can never be touched by sin. And Mahaprabhu quotes from scriptures also. So he glorifies Nityananda Prabhu. So anyway, here we saw that Nityananda Prabhu wanted to see, so he went. And then he arrives at, I think, Kamalapur. And there he stops it's just close to Jagannath Puri. He can see the chakra from there. So Nityananda Prabhu is resting in a garden, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, realizing that Nityananda Prabhu has come, Mahaprabhu leaves all the devotees behind and he quickly hurries to the place where Nityananda Prabhu has arrived. And when he comes there, he sees Nityananda Prabhu is resting. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begins to circumambulate Nityananda Prabhu. So then Nityananda Prabhu also realizes, my Lord is here. Then he gets up, and both of them embrace each other in great ecstasy. And then they try to circumambulate each other. Mahaprabhu is trying to circumambulate Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is trying to circumambulate Mahaprabhu, like this. And then the devotees, I don't know, by the time devotees must have arrived also. So they see all this, and in great wonder they're seeing. And then they were just looking at each other, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And actually, they were in such ecstasy, they were roaring. They fell on the ground and they're rolling in such ecstasy. Then finally, they go to a secluded place, and Mahaprabhu begins to glorify Nityananda Prabhu, that your every, whatever, Nityananda, your whole body is bliss, right? Actually, each ornament on your body represents one anga of pure devotional service, right? So, so that was said before also, about when the question was raised, why Nityananda Prabhu dresses so opulently, even though he's a sannyasi. So there, the Lord says that each of his ornaments, they're actually uh, a limb of pure devotional service. He is pure devotional service personified. He is the nectar, not just pure, the nectar coming from pure devotional service. That sweetness personified is Nityananda Prabhu, like that. So uh, Mahaprabhu goes on and on glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. And then after some time, Nityananda Prabhu says that, my Lord, you are my master, right? And I am your servant. You can do whatever you like with me. You can keep glorifying me and put me on your head, or you can kick me and you can do whatever you like, because you're my Lord, my master. You can deal with me in any way. So if you're glorifying me, if that gives you pleasure, go ahead, like that. Uh, so then I think we have to continue from there. Let me see. One second. Share the screen. Yes. So in your body, I see ecstatic love, great splendor, all power and devotion felt by Nanda Maharaj's associates. Yeah, so Mahaprabhu is glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. Then, after some time, the two lords returned to external consciousness and they went to a secluded flower garden in the forest and they sat down together. Then, what they are talking, who can understand? What the Lord is feeling in it. It is one Lord in two forms. What he is thinking, what they are speaking, what they are feeling, who can understand? Even the Vedas cannot understand. But still, the devotees, even though they don't understand, they describe the Lord. How is it? If they don't understand completely, how they are able to describe? So the analogy is, as the birds try to fly in the sky, right, according to their capacity. So it is not possible to understand the Lord fully, but to their capacity, right? Whatever little that they are able to realize, the devotees speak, like that. So, Brahma, Shiva, Vedas personified do not understand the soft heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though they do not understand it completely, they still sing its glories. Even Goddess Lakshmi does not understand it completely. What then can be said of others understanding the Lord's soft heart? From there, we'll continue. How then can one person describe the ecstatic love Lord Chaitanya felt? Everyone joyfully thought, let me make it bigger. It's too small. Okay. How then can one person understand the ecstatic love Lord Chaitanya felt? If Vedas are not able to understand, if Lakshmi Devi is not able to understand, who can understand? How can any one person understand the ecstatic love Lord Chaitanya felt? Everyone joyfully thought, he does not love anyone more than me. That is, such is the love of the Lord, right? Each person, so personal. Each person felt that the Lord loves me so much, right? I am the dearest person to him. Everyone felt like that. That's how the Lord reciprocates with each person. So everyone felt that he doesn't love anyone more than me. Uh, they joyfully thought, he does not love anyone more than me. To me, he spoke the confidential words, renouncing the activities of a Muni. I will always worship Lord Krishna. Why has he renounced the activities of a Muni, and why does he now wear a peacock feather and a gunja necklace and carry a flute, stick, and rope for binding cows? So, who is this? To me, he spoke the confidential words, renouncing the activities of a Muni, I will always worship Lord Krishna. So, Mahaprabhu is saying, right, that renouncing the activities of a Muni, I will always worship Lord Krishna. Or is this Nityanand Prabhu speaking? Why has he renounced the activities of a Muni? And why does he now wear a peacock feather and a gunja necklace and carry a flute, stick, and rope for binding cows? Someone said the devotees in Vrindavan and the confidential pastimes in Vrindavan are the best of all. Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods yearn to attain the exalted devotion felt by the Gopas and Gopis, devotion that was the result of great austerities. A person who is the object of the Supreme Lord's great mercy will attain the ecstatic love felt by the people of Gokula. Lord Krishna desired to give Uddhava the gift of this exalted love. Just patiently hear and we will figure out what's going on. Okay. This exalted love is described in these words of Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-63. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Pade Renum Abhikshnasaha Yasam Hari Kathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. At every moment I offer my respectful obeisances to the dust from the feet of the girls in Nanda's Vraja. To the dust from the feet of the girls in Nanda's Vraja. Girls whose songs about Lord Krishna purify the three worlds. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, the Vaishnavas tried to understand the Lord's activities. Lord Chaitanya accepted all they said. It was by the Supreme Lord's wish that the devotees spoke in this way among themselves. Lord Chaitanya enjoyed all their talks. So let's go back one more time and see what's going on. The conversation started like this, or the discussion started like this, that it's not possible for anyone to understand the soft heart of the Lord, what he's thinking. So therefore, because it's not possible for anyone, each devotee is thinking, the Lord loves me the most. Each person is thinking, but exactly how much love is there in the Lord's heart and how many people can fit in that, nobody can understand. But every devotee felt he loves me the most. And in what way? And so maybe this is Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur speaking. To me, he spoke the confidential words, renouncing the activities of Muni, I will always worship Lord Krishna. Why has he renounced the activities of a Muni? And why does he now wear a peacock feather and a gunja necklace and carry a flute, stick, and rope for binding cows? Who's saying this? To me, the devotees. The devotees are saying this. So the devotees are thinking that he loves me the most. No, he doesn't love anyone more than me. And so it's that person, yeah. So that devotee is thinking like this. To me, he spoke the confidential words, renouncing the activities of a Muni, I will always worship Lord Krishna. So it's in quote. So the Lord is saying. So the quote has not ended, right? And the next verse continues. 84 continues, 83. So 83 says, renouncing the activities of a Muni, I will always worship Lord Krishna. Why has he renounced the activities of a Muni, and why does he now wear a peacock feather and a gunja necklace and carry a flute, stick, and rope for binding cows? So the Lord is saying this. Someone said, the devotees in Vrindavan and the confidential pastimes in Vrindavan are the best of all. So the Lord is questioning this. Why does he renounce the activities of a Muni, and why does he now wear peacock feather? And the answer is, the devotees in Vrindavan and the confidential pastimes in Vrindavan are the best of all. That's why he has renounced the activities of a Muni. Anyway, so Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods yearn to attain the exalted devotion felt by the Gopas and Gopis. So this is the exalted nature of the Vraja Bhakti, Vraja Prema. Even Lord Brahma and Shiva want that. So to get that, somebody gives up the activities of a Muni also, right? Even if he's a sage or renounced person, he gives up all those activities to become a Bhakta. What type of a Bhakta? A Vraja Bhakta. Because it is such an exalted position, even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, they are yearning for that. A person who is the object of the Supreme Lord's great mercy will attain the ecstatic love felt. And who gets this Vraja Prema? Only someone who has the mercy of Krishna can get this Vraja Prema. So then there's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam. And that quote says, at every moment I offer my respectful obeisances to the dust of the feet of the gopis. So how exalted is this Vraja Prema? Substantiated by this verse in Bhagavatam. In this way, the Vaishnavas try to understand the Lord's activities. Okay? So did you understand now? The Lord has given up his activities of a Muni. Why Muni? Why Muni? Muni means what? Muni means a thinker, isn't it? Muni actually means someone, a great thinker is a Muni. Muni doesn't mean sannyasi. Muni means a thinker, great thinker. You have these great sages, right? Who have given us, so Muni is somebody who thinks and. So Mahaprabhu as a logician, right? So he has given up those activities to take to the love of Krishna, bhakti. As Nimai Pandit, he was a great logician. So the Lord, he told me this confidential, this devotee is thinking. Again, the thread here is devotees cannot understand, but still they glorify the Lord. But every devotee is thinking that he loves me the most. That's why he has revealed his confidential truths to me, because he thinks I'm so dear to him, I'm so close to him, that he reveals his secrets to me. What did he say to me? That I gave up the activities of a Muni and now I will always worship Lord Krishna. Okay? Why has he renounced the activities of a Muni? Now the devotee is trying to understand, right? Nobody can understand, but this devotee is trying to understand, and they're apparently even talking to each other, because later we see Mahaprabhu is listening to their talks and he's feeling happy. So why did the Lord renounce the activities of a Muni? Why does he now wear a peacock feather, gunja necklace, and carry a flute, stick, and rope for binding cows? Why does he do that? Because these are the activities of a Vraja Bhakta. And what is the exalted position of the Vraja Bhakta is said by substantiating from Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, the Vaishnavas try to understand the Lord's activities, especially his ecstatic activities when you see, right? So, why is he acting like that? So, they were trying to understand the Lord's activities. And Lord Chaitanya accepted all they said, whatever they said. It was by the Supreme Lord's wish that the devotees spoke in this way among themselves. So they were discussing, they were talking amongst themselves. Lord Chaitanya enjoyed all their talks. By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, everyone was wild with bliss. Sometimes the devotees playfully quarreled. Some devotees would take the side of one of the two lords. So who is there now? Nityananda Prabhu has come from Navadip and Mahaprabhu is there, and they had this loving exchange, and the devotees are watching also. I'm also thinking, is it also because when it is said the Lord, it's not specified if it is just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nityananda Prabhu. They are both there, right? And both of them are experiencing this love. So it can be either actually. It can be Nityananda Prabhu also, right? He's wearing the dress of I mean, his role. He's not married. He doesn't have a home. So he's an avadut. He's a sannyasi, but still he dresses so, nicely, and he's carrying a stick, right? So it can also be about Nityananda Prabhu, why he has renounced the activities of a muni, and now why he's, so trying to understand his activities. They're discussing among themselves. Okay. So the devotees are discussing and they're trying to give an explanation why the Lord is doing this,
So,
because Prajaprema
Mataji,
is.
Mataji, Nityananda Prabhu also carrying flute and peacock feather also.
Uh, in Vrindavan, yes, we see. All, in fact, all the cowherd boys also have. Sometimes in some
Okay,
paintings we see that. Yeah,
okay,
but as you said, yeah, even I was thinking because flute and stick is said, so it must. I mean, flute and peacock feather is
peacock
said.
feather.
It must be Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay, thank
So
you.
yeah. So the devotees are discussing amongst themselves, and Mahaprabhu accepted all their explanations. He accepted. Um, so let's continue. In this way, the Vaishnavas try to understand the Lord's activities. Lord Chaitanya accepted all they said. It was by the Supreme Lord's wish that the devotees spoke in this way among themselves. Lord Chaitanya enjoyed all their talks. By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, everyone was wild with bliss. Sometimes the devotees playfully quarreled. Some devotees would take the side of one of the two lords, and the others would then criticize that Lord, right? If somebody took the side of Nityananda Prabhu, taking the side of Nityananda Prabhu, they would criticize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And those who took the side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would criticize Nityananda Prabhu. Some devotees would take the side of one of the two lords and the others would then criticize that Lord. But the devotees are not really different from the Lord. They are the Lord's fingers, arms, and feet, right? So whatever they do, it's simply done for the pleasure of the Lord. Just like we see Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu quarreling with each other. But those are actually expressions of love, not really, you know, out of envy or anything. In Srimad Bhagavatam 4.753, the Supreme Lord explains, Yatha pumanna swang panyadi shukvachit parakya buddhi kurute, the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Average intelligence. What to speak of one who is actually intelligent, right? Even someone who has average intelligence, he won't consider that the head, hands, legs, they're all separate because it's all the same person's body. So whether you touch the head or you touch the hands or legs, you're touching that person, isn't it? So any person who has some average intelligence can understand this. Similarly, my devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity because everything is the Lord's energy. So for a devotee, there is no distinction because wherever he sees, he's actually seeing the hand of the Lord. So for him, everything is reminding him of the Lord. Everything is showing him the connection to the Lord. So he's seeing the Lord everywhere. So he doesn't see a difference between the Lord and his creation. All this is true for all the Vaishnavas. Still, it is said Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the supreme master of all. Yes. So this is Achinta Bhedameda. Everything is him, but still he is the supreme. Gathering together, everyone sings the glories of the Supreme Lord, saying he is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of all the worlds. The Supreme Lord appears in every body. He appears in every body. To everyone, he mercifully gives the results of devotional service. He gives the results of devotional service. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Right? As one performs devotional service, to that extent the Lord is reciprocating and giving devotional service. He gives all knowledge and power. He punishes offenses as he sees fit. He does not stop glorifying Lord Nityananda and Lord Advaita. Although Lord Nityananda and Lord Advaita have many millions of transcendental virtues beyond what the world knows, Lord Chaitanya does not speak anything about those virtues. He keeps glorifying, but there are so many virtues of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, so many, but the Lord doesn't speak of those. For some moments, Lord Chaitanya happily enjoyed pastimes with Lord Nityananda. Then, taking his leave of Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya returned to his own home, Gambhira, in Jagannath. With a happy heart, Lord Nityananda went to see Lord Jagannath. Nityananda Prabhu is just now arriving. This is still in Kamalapur. So from here, Nityananda Prabhu continued on his journey to go and take darshan of Lord Jagannath. Anyone who hears this account of how Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda saw each other will become free of all material bondage. Hari Bol. So all of you are free from all material bondage. You will become free from all material bondage. Simply by gazing at Lord Jagannath, Lord Nityananda became wild with bliss. So now Nityananda Prabhu went to Jagannath, and seeing the form of Jagannath, he became wild with bliss. He rolled about on the ground. Lord Nityananda violently fell on the stone floor. 100 men had no power to hold him still. Gazing at Lord Jagannath, Lord Balaram, and Lady Subhadra, Lord Nityananda wept. Aware of his glories, the Brahmana priest again and again gave to Lord Nityananda all the garlands from the necks of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balaram, and Lady Subhadra. Gazing at Lord Nityananda, all the servants of Lord Jagannath felt great bliss take place within themselves. Gazing at Lord Nityananda, all the servants of Lord Jagannath felt great bliss take birth within themselves. Anyone who did not understand asked, right? So, what's going on here? If someone didn't understand, who is this person? What's going? They would ask. Everyone gave this reply. He is the brother of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Lord Nityananda embraced everyone. With the tears from his eyes, he sprinkled everyone's limbs. After thus gazing at Lord Jagannath, Lord Nityananda and his associates joyfully went to see Gadadhar. By the way, what is the title of this chapter? It is The Glories of Gadadhar Pandit, or the Pastimes of Gadadhar Pandit in the Forest. So we are in verse 112. We haven't yet started reading about Gadadhar Pandit's activities in this chapter. So after thus gazing at Lord Jagannath, Lord Nityananda and his associates joyfully went to see Gadadhar. Who has the power to describe the love that Lord Nityananda and Gadadhar felt in their hearts? At Gadadhar's home was a very enchanting deity of Lord Gopinath called Tota Gopinath. At Gadadhar's home was a very enchanting deity of Lord Gopinath. That deity was Lord Krishna himself. He was Nanda's own son. Lord Chaitanya personally embraced that deity. Seeing that deity, the blasphemers thought it only a statue. Seeing this deity, a threefold bending deity holding a flute to his mouth, Lord Nityananda shed tears of joy, tears that had no end. Learning that Lord Nityananda had come, Gadadhar stopped reading Srimad Bhagavatam and went to him at once. So we will continue the rest tomorrow. Thank you all so much, devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.